Hello and hello everybody. This is the third clip on your second chapter, that is the end of bipolarity. In this clip, we'll learn about the tensions and conflicts in the post-Soviet republics and its satellite states. Here I have divided the conflict areas region-wise. So from Eastern Europe, we have Ukraine. From the Caucasus region, we have Russia, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. And from Central Asia, Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan, and Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia from satellite states. Now, satellite states are not the republic states of the Soviet Union. However, these satellite states means these states were under the influence of the USSR, or they were an alliance. They were alliance of the USSR. All right. So first we have Ukraine. Now, Ukraine's problem was civil unrest calling for the resignation of the president. Okay, so there was a wave of demonstrations and protest, by the people against the government for corruption, abuse of power, and violation of human rights. And of course, because of which they called for the resignation of the president. And this protest led to the 2014 Ukrainian revolution. Second, we have Russia. Now, although Russia is in Eastern Europe, however, the tensions and conflicts which happened in Chechnya and Dagestan, they are located in Caucasus. So we are doing it, in the Caucasus region. So here we have Chechnya and Dagestan. And if you have a closer view, now in Russia, there are two republics, Chechnya and Chechnya here and Dagestan over here. Okay, and these two regions, they have had violent cessationist movements. Okay, now cessationist movements means to secede or to separate. So these two regions, Chechnya and Dagestan, they wanted to secede, or they wanted to separate from Russia, because of which violent movements were going on over there. Okay, and Moscow, which is the capital city of Russia, although they tried their level best to curb or to stop the movements through strong methods, including military bombings, but then it failed to check the aspirations for independence by these two regions. Next, we have Azerbaijan here. Okay, let's have a closer view. Now, Azerbaijan problem is that in Azerbaijan, there's a province, Nagorno-Karabakh, if you can see over here. Okay, this area. Now, this is Nagorno-Karabakh, which is a province of Azerbaijan. However, in this area, there are a lot of Armenians. So some of these Armenians, they wanted to secede from Azerbaijan, and they wanted to join Armenia. Okay, so this was the problem, and this problem eventually led to the de facto independence of Republic of Artsakh. As for you, you just need to remember that some Armenian people of Nagorno-Karabakh, which is a part of Azerbaijan, they wanted to secede from Azerbaijan and wanted to join Armenia. All right. Next, we have Georgia here. All right. Let's have a closer view. Now, in Georgia, the demand for independence has come from two provinces. That is South Ossetia, all right, and Abkhazia, all right, and which of course resulted in a Sutwa, and it has led to de facto independence of these two regions. Now, de facto independence means practically they function as an independent state. However, legally they are not independent, which means they are not legally accepted as independent nation by other countries. Okay, we now move on to Central Asia. Here we'll do it under two categories. First, individual countries, that is Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan, and then Central Asia as a whole. Okay, so Tajikistan here, this area witnessed a civil war that lasted for 10 long years till 2001. All right, and this region as a whole has many sectarian conflicts. Second is Kyrgyzstan here. Okay, Kyrgyzstan's problem is ethnic conflict. Okay, it faced an ethnic conflict between two groups, that is Kyrgyz and Uzbeks. This much you need to know. That's it. Now, in other countries, the conflicts and tensions were usually internal. However, in the case of Central Asia, it was slightly different. There was a lot of interference from the outside countries. The Central Asian republics are areas with vast hydrocarbon resources. So, uh, this has thus become a zone of competition between the outside powers and oil companies. Okay, for example, China has interest here in this region because of the oil resources, and they have even begun to settle around the borders and to do trade, while other countries have other motives or other interests. For example, the United States, after the 9/11 or the September 11 attack incident in 2001, which we'll do in detail later. So after this September 11 attack, US wanted to make these regions as military bases, and they paid the governments of these regions for allowing the United States airplanes to fly over their territory during the US wars with Afghanistan and Iraq. Okay. However, Russia perceives take these states as its near abroad, and they believe that they should be under Russian influence. So the interest and the intervention of the outside powers, it complicated. It made the civil war even more, complicated. Next, we'll do the tension and conflicts in satellite states. Now, satellite states, as I told you before, are not republics of Russia. Okay, satellite states are those states who were under the influence or who were, in alliance with the USSR. So, as you can see in the map, the maroon colored is Russia, the red colored are the republic states. Okay, we know that there are 15 republic states, right? And the pink colored, these are the satellite states. Now, in the satellite states also, some of the states faced tensions and conflicts. For example, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia, okay, which we'll do. So in Eastern Europe, Czechoslovakia, the close view of the map which I have provided here, you can see that it split peacefully into two, with the Czechs or the Czech Republic and the Slovaks or the Slovakia forming two independent countries. Okay. Next we have Yugoslavia. So the most severe conflict took place in the Balkan republics of Yugoslavia. You can see here in the picture that I have provided. After 1991, it broke apart with several provinces like, Croatia, Slovenia, and Macedonia, and then in 1992, Bosnia and Herzegovina declaring independence. Now, ethnic Serbs, they opposed this, and because of which a massacre of non-Serb Bosnians followed. Over here, the NATO intervened, and the intervention of the NATO and the bombing of Yugoslavia followed the inter-ethnic civil war. So this is all about tensions and conflicts in the post-Soviet republics and its satellite states. You need not go too much into detail since this usually comes for 1-mark questions. But it is important that you know the names of the regions and the nature of the conflict in these regions. All right. So in my next clip, I'll be discussing the Arab Spring, which has been added new to your syllabus. So until I meet you all in my next clip, take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.